this over here. So that'll be good. Which one is this? This is me. This is OPSC. And I don't really have to worry about that one. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Testing. Okay, that's cool. Well, good evening to you, one and all. We are grateful for you being with us and being a part of this experience on today, the day after Christmas, the day after we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So we just want to say welcome to you, one and all. I'm getting the rest of these pages lined up here, and I'm waiting on, of course, my page, which is always extremely slow. Hey Sabrina, how are you this evening? Pray that all is well with you and your family, and there we go. I got that going now. I don't know why it looks like that, but I got it going. Let me see what I can do about that. There we go. Well, there it went. Okay, now let me get these other ones up here and going, and then we'll be in good shape. Lisa, how are you this evening? Shirley, good to see you. Cora, Minister Faye, Laverne, good to see you this evening. Praying that all of you had a very wonderful Christmas, a wonderful time of remembering the birth of the Christ child, because that's really what Christmas is all about. Nothing else really matters but that. No, I didn't make any announcement. I'm not coming on, hey Denise, how are you, with any kind of Bible study or anything like that. I want to, just for a few moments, share with you as we approach the end of this year. Thank you, Cora, for sharing. Charlene, how are you? Let me tell you something. Brianna, good to see you. Let me tell you something about my birthday yesterday. Lady Bowling, how are you? When I tell you, it was one of the most fabulous. Hey, Billy, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Brittany. When I tell you, Minister Philly, that it was probably one of the best I've ever had, and it wasn't because of the gifts, though I'm grateful. It wasn't because of the financial gifts that were given, but I'm grateful. It was just an opportunity, Linda, to just have peace, to reflect. Hey, Jaleesa, how are you? To reflect on how 9 going on 10 months now, we have lived a totally different kind of life. We have had to change our norms. We had to change our behavior. Well, when I say we had to, many of us, not all of us. Hey, Serena, how are you? We had to change how we interacted with one another. We had to change how we showed love and affection toward one another, especially in those moments when people pass. We had to change our routine of nursing home visits. We had to change how we shop. We had to change, hey Myrna, how are you? How we bought gasoline and how we went through all of these things. We had to change. Remember in the beginning, all of the stuff we ran out of toilet paper, and let me thank God for those of you who are on our pages as well as on the website and YouTube. We thank you for joining in with us this day. It was, we've had to change. We'll definitely lift the Clark family up in prayer. My God. Okay, Carolyn, how are you this evening? I want us to think, and that's really why I'm on here. I think about all of the things that we had to adjust to, all of the nuances, Vanessa, and the restrictions, even for those that weren't even following them, and all of those things that we are still dealing with. And then to get the word that there's a new strain of this virus out, and they knew it was here, and then they wonder why we are hesitant on getting the vaccine, why we're reluctant on getting the vaccine. And I know that they are going to come to the churches to promote it. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I was going to do something and the Lord told me not to. And so the one thing that I have learned to do, and sometimes it's a difficult lesson to learn, and sometimes it's a lesson you don't want to learn or don't want to pay any attention to. But when the Lord speaks, you need to obey it, because you know what? He already knows the middle and the end before it shows up. So I changed my mind. And I'm thinking about the fact that we are going into a new year. This new year brings with it even more challenges. There's no stimulus bill signed, and I'm praying for those families. I'm not talking about those families. Leroy, how are you? Leroy, good to see you this evening. I'm not talking about those families who claim to be broke, but they was all up in the malls, and they were all up in the shopping centers, and they were ordering online and had all of those gifts under the tree. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who are living in squalor. I'm talking about the people who are living in those projects that don't have heat, Nala. I'm talking about, we'll pray for the Coleman family. I'm talking about those persons who had to choose between, hey Rita, medication and food, children to feed, families to feed. Hey Ayana, how are you? And we're going into another year, and don't you fool yourself. I thank God for what's taking place as far as the vaccine is concerned. We won't see it for 6 to 8 months. Which means what? And then here's the thing about it, and I just got to be totally honest. How long will it last? I'm not even going to tell you the conversation I had with my doctor. But the thing that must be seen is, how do we face 2021 after God has adjusted our vision in 2020? And that's going to be the challenge that we go into this new year with, because now people are letting their guards down because a vaccine has showed up that they may not even see. I'm watching people who are just, I was listening to one airing of Morning Joe, and Mika was talking about, because she was in Florida, and she was talking about the numbers of people down there, no mask, no social distancing, they drinking and partying and all on top of each other. And for whatever reason, they actually don't believe that this thing, LaShawn, can kill them. So there's a lot to go into. There's a lot to pray for. There's a lot to pray about, but we ought to go in strong. See, here's what we ought to do. And I'm going to let you go in just a few minutes, because I'm not going to keep you that long. You know, I say that all the time. If we don't go in with more strengthened, more determined, more prayerful, more vigilant than what we were when this thing first jumped off in February. It actually jumped off in December. We became aware of it around about March. And Cora, I've learned that when the Lord speaks, and he speaks in a lot of ways. Sometimes he just like, shut up, be still, watch, pay attention, observe, move, don't move. And so how are we going into 2021? Are we going in with our eyes open? Are we going in with a new level of illumination? Are we going in with more precautions? Are we going in with a different lifestyle? Are we going in with a renewed relationship with the Lord that we may not have had before all of this happened? So that's all I wanted to share with you. Join us 10 o'clock in the morning, as we'll be streaming live, and we're going to be streaming live for a while until the weather, excuse me, hey Nancy, until the weather changes. But then New Year's Eve, we are going to have our watch night service virtual. It will not begin at 10, it will begin at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. on, I believe it's Thursday of next week, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday of next week. And so, Barbara, if we go in this year like we came in, hey Nan Williams, how are you? If we go in this year like we came in, next year like we came in this year, then something's wrong with us. Oh, you're quite welcome. And I just needed to share that. I needed to share, and you need to get the word out, let everybody know. They can be in the comfort of their own home. We're going to stream it. I won't be at the church. I will be in my basement. I'm not going anywhere. I got everything set up, as you see on Wednesdays in the chats that I do, and I'm going to do that at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m., so that we can step into the new year with a new perspective, with a new attitude, that God will enable us to not be so easily, what's the word I want to use? Deceived, but that we will be wise. Wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And that's all I wanted to say, Carol. I at 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve, we will, and it's not going to be a whole lot of whatever. We just gonna do what the Lord has laid in our heart and in our spirit to do. We're gonna preach what the Lord, hey Debbie, what the Lord has placed in our spirit to preach, and then we'll see what the new year brings. So we're working on some things. Don't forget, we'll get you some more information out about the Church Growth Conference, which is the 5th, 6th, and 7th of January. Also, you need to remember that our 40-day Daniel fast, I'll be putting this out on Facebook, will begin also on November 5th, which is the first night of the Church Growth Conference. And we will fast for 40 days, the Daniel fast, until the second Sunday in February. I will not be able to do what I normally do, but it's still our first fruit Sunday, where we will present our sacrificial gifts before the Lord, and we will go from there. And so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to the church that late at night. No, I'm not going to do that. Usually when we have watch night service, New Year's Eve service, Lady Harrison and I, we just stay overnight and then go back the next day, because there's too many fools out there drinking and shooting and doing all kind of stuff. Now we just got fools. They don't even have to drink. They're just foolish. Thank you so much. Spread the word if you don't mind. And I'm not trying to upstage anybody else, and I'm not trying to say that I'm a better preacher than anybody else. I'm not trying to say that I got it going on better than anybody else. I'm just asking you to show up on Thursday at 11 p.m. and we can go from there. And let's step into a new year with renewed strength, with renewed determination. Thank you, Katrina. January 5th, with renewed determination that we are going to live the way that God has called us to live. Listen, you have a restful evening. I'm going to bed early. You know, this is the first time that I've actually slowed down. I'll tell you something that one of my good friends told me, and he said to me, you haven't stopped since March. There's been no vacation. There's been no break. There's been no nothing, because I'm so diligent. I'm so diligent in caring for my family and caring for my church family and caring for my friends. And we need to stay safe. We have to stay safe. Like I said, I have a pre-existing condition which suppresses my immune system, which means I'm more susceptible to things than most people are, and I just need to do what I need to do. Patricia, good to see you. And so I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna get off of here. I've been watching some Iron Chef America. I might as well enjoy looking at food, because in a few days I'll be looking at food from a different perspective, Linda. So again. Okay, January. Yeah, January. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. I'm sorry. January 5th, 6th, and 7th is the Church Growth Conference, and we begin our 40-day Daniel fast beginning January 5th. But in the meantime, until January has showed up, meet me in the morning via streaming on my page, Union's page, OBSC's page, YouTube, as well as our church's website. And Terrence, how you doing, man? You were in my spirit the other day. I prayed for you, and I pray that all is well with you and yours. Just stay strong, man. Oh, that's not Terrence. I can't even see. That's Taria. Lord have mercy. I thought it said Terrence Miles. I've been praying for him. He's in my spirit, and go from there. But Taria, Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for those, because everybody don't always appreciate what you do, um, because they think that you're trying to be in the way. They think you're trying to be a hindrance. And Cecile, Vanessa, you do all of those things, and you know. But my thing is, it's where my heart is, and you can't take that away from me. And if I didn't love people, if I didn't love my people, I would have done some of the things other people have done. So, listen, with that being said, it's time for me to go. I'm going back to Iron Chef America, but the Lord just kind of dropped it in my spirit. Might even find me a little Western to watch just to relax my mind as I prepare for Sunday morning worship. Love you, one and all. I'm sorry about messing up your name, Taria. Please forgive me. Please. I am so sorry. I even have another monitor to make the everything bigger so I wouldn't do what I just did. So please forgive me. Okay. But I just do the best I can. Listen, love you one and all. Rest well tonight. Rest well. Get you some little hot tea or something. Relax. Put your feet up. And let's get ready to bless the Lord. And whatever church you're affiliated with, let's just get ready to bless the Lord. I got to get out of here. May God bless you. May He keep you, is our prayer.